everybody, welcome back for another fun video. Today I'm continuing my compare and contrast series that I started the end of last year. I've only done one video. I did mauves and you can check that out. I'll try to remember to put a link down below to that, but you guys really liked that and I want to continue that on through this year. And today we're going to be talking about pale pinks or light pinks, one of my favorite nail polish colors to wear, hands down. This is a fun time of year, I thought, to do it just because Valentine's Day is coming and it's nice to pull out pinks, and this is the time of year that I love to start wearing that color. In fact, I wear light pink colors any time of the year. It's just my favorite. I love the brightness and the crispness of them, and so I was really excited to do this video and pull a bunch out. Through the years, my light pink favorites have changed, which has been really interesting because there's been quite a few that have come out. I did a pale pink polish showdown and I think it was the first video that I ever did. It's so funny, you guys. I kind of don't want you guys to watch it because I was nervous. It was my first video, but it did pretty well. It was a pretty good video. Anyway, I've come a long way, so you guys can see that. That was like 8 years ago that I filmed that. So I've been doing this for a long time, so there's a lot of great ones. All those ones that I had in there, I do not have in here, I don't think. There's one that I wish I had and I don't have it anymore. I think it just got old, and that was China Glaze Let's Chalk About It, and I think I'm gonna order one. I still found one online because it was just so good, and I'm just curious to see what it's close to out of these, but I don't have that one here today, but I thought I wanted to mention that one. So today I'm zeroing in on light pinks. We're going to compare and contrast them against each other, talk about the minute differences, and these videos typically end up being videos with my favorites just because they're the ones that I gravitate towards. But there's also some new ones in here that I've discovered recently that I love, and so I think that's going to be really fun. There's a few old ones in here too that might be a little bit hard to get, although I was able to find at least all of them somewhere. If you purchase any of these polishes from Beyond Polish, and they had quite a few, please use my code GOLARI10. That just helps me out, and especially if you've watched this video and it's inspired you to pick any polishes up, I would totally appreciate that. So before we dive into it, let's talk about what I'm wearing. I have this shirt that I got on Amazon a while ago, this vest from Nike that I love that I'll try to link. I don't know, all these are kind of older. And then on my lips I'm wearing Charlotte Tilbury. Talk about that lipstick a lot. It's definitely one of my go-tos. Okay, so the thing I love about light pinks is they just kind of glow on the nails. They're bright, they're fun, they're poppy, they stand out. I just love them. So a lot of these are going to be like crisp white polishes, or some that are bright, and they're just my favorite. There's a few in here that were close, like Everything's Cake, but that leaned more purple, and I thought I probably should do lightest purples because that one's just in that category. So that one's not in here, but I kind of thought a lot of you would be like, why is that not in here? But it does lean more purple. And I only mentioned that because that was one of my favorites from 2024, the video that I just did a couple weeks ago, and so that's why I thought I'd mention that one. So I have 16 polishes. I've divided these up into 4 categories. I will show comparisons of each category, so there's 4 in each, and we'll talk about the minute differences, and then at the end I'll show you all the polishes together so you can get a good idea of what you think you might like and what you like the best and why you like it, because I think having them all compared together is really going to help you. So my first category is lightest pale pinks. First up is Matter of Fiction. This one came out in the Enchanted collection in 2018 for Gel Couture. Gel Couture polishes, even though I can't say that, are one of my favorites to wear. Love this line so much. I haven't been reaching for them recently. Man, I need to. And I pulled this out because it's one of my longtime favorites ever since it came out. And this is the palest pink that I have. It especially looks white compared to the other ones that I'm going to compare it to today. But when it's by itself, you can see that little bit of pink. It looks like a white that has been softened a little bit, and that's exactly what the pink in the base does. So love this one. It's so gorgeous. I love the Essie Gel Couture line because they're so long lasting on me. I can get them to last 10 to 12 days, especially if I reapply a top coat halfway through, which I should probably do on all my manis anyway. I think that really helps. I sometimes use the top coat with these, I would say about 80% of the time, and once in a while I'll just use the regular top coat that I like to use, and that is Glisten and Glow. That's the best top coat that I've ever found. It's fast drying, it's glossy, it's a little bit plump, and it's gorgeous, and I'll link it down below. I always link it down below in all my videos actually because I get asked that a lot, but it's my favorite top coat. Just thought I'd give that a quick mention. So I love this one. It's the lightest shade that I have, and sometimes I just want that light, bright polish. This one does have kind of like a creamy, softened look, but it's really, really beautiful. Olive & June has come out with a lot of gorgeous pale pink shades, and I had to kind of go through them and pick my favorites, and Pink Sands was one of my favorites from the bunch. This one's a little bit darker than Matter of Fiction. You'll see that in the comparison in a minute, but it does have that nice pink glow. I think you can tell more that it's a pink on the nail than you can with the other, with Matter of Fiction. This is from their Spring 2021 collection. It's just a gorgeous shade. Olive & June does have that typical Crelly formula. Some people like it, some people don't. I like it personally, and I do find them long lasting on my nails. And I want to mention too that a lot of these light pink shades, since they're light pink, you're going to need 3 coats on most of them. This one for sure you need 3 coats. Matter of Fiction you need 3 coats. I'll try to mention some that only need 2. And as we get into some that are a little bit darker, they do get a little bit more opaque. But most of these are going to be 3 coaters. So just keep that in mind, but the outcome is definitely worth it. But this one's really gorgeous. I like this one. It's a little bit warmer than the next one I'm going to show you, but they're both really great. Wait, Does It Come in Pink is the next one. And this is from the Heart Defender. I think that's what the collection is. I can't really read my handwriting. From 2023. This is the one that I have on my nails. It's probably one of my favorites. I think I might like it a little bit better than Matter of Fiction. Matter of Fiction was one of my favorites for such a long time, but I like the coolness of this one. So compared to Pink Sand, this one is just a little bit cooler and it pops a little bit. And like I said, this is the one I have on my nails. It's probably just going to look white here in the light, but it is gorgeous. Same kind of formula as Pink Sands. 3 coats, but man, you can definitely tell it's pink and it's a little cool, and it does just have that pop on your nails, and this one is just outstanding. Little Miss Pointe is new, and I'll put the name of the collection here. I received 2 large collections, and they had tons of pale pinks in them. This is one of my favorites though. It's very opaque, so this is one that's going to build up in 2 coats. It just goes on so nicely. I love D&D's formula so much. They're so bright and so opaque. This one does have a hint of purple, especially compared to those other ones, but it still does look pink on the nail, but it does have that cool toned look to it. And I was trying to decide between wearing the one I have on now and this one, and I went with the other one just because I was craving a little bit more of that pink, but this one is really great too. So let's look at those light pinks together on one hand so you can see those slight differences. As you can see, Matter of Fiction is the lightest and I just love it so much. Pink Sands is just a touch darker and being more of a warm pink, while Wait, Does It Come in Pink is a little darker. It is more cooler toned. Love this one so much. Oh, such a good one. And Little Miss Pointe, you can see has a little bit of purple, and you can see it has just a more opaque look to it. But I feel like sometimes with the polishes that are a little bit crelly, I like them because they're a little bit sheer, and as you build them up, they add a little bit of depth. So they do have a different look on the nail, which I really like about light pinks. In fact, let's just mention a few sheer pinks that I love because I didn't include light sheer pinks. I do have a favorite sheer polishes video that you can check out, and I'll try to remember to link that too. But Inside Scoop from Essie Gel Couture is one of my favorites, as well as Strawberry Scone from Olive & June, and those are both cool tone sheer polishes that I love. But I just love the depth that you can get from those kind of crelly polishes, especially with these light pinks, and so 3 coats is definitely worth it. Moving on to my next category, these are polishes that are more purple leaning, and they also are a little bit more muted and subtle and a little bit soft looking on the nail. If you like that kind of look, I do once in a while too, so let's check these out. Getting Naughty on My Honeymoon is such a great one from their Fiji collection that came out in 2017, and it really is a soft muted light pink with a touch of lilac to it as well. It's beautiful. It's not quite as stark as some of the others that I like, and it's a touch darker than the last few that I showed you. Such a great polish. OPI does a really good job with their light pink. So does Essie. A lot of companies do because there's so many now, but this is a standout of mine and has been for a long time. And a lot of these polishes are still available at Beyond Polish and other things, and of course I'll always link those down below, but this one is just really, really great if you're looking for something a little more soft and subtle. Hollywood and Vibe, I fell in love with it ever since it was released in their Hollywood Spring 2021 collection. It's got a soft muted quality to it it just like Getting Naughty on My Honeymoon, but it's a little more purple leaning. It's just gorgeous. I think on the nail by itself, not compared to other pinks, it would just kind of look pink, but it definitely has a hint of purple to it. And like I mentioned, that same softness to it. Such a great one. Baguette Me Not is another purple leaning one, but this one actually is the warmest of the bunch. Even though it's cool, it is a touch warmer. This is Baguette Me Not from their 2017 collection from summer, and this is one of my favorites because this is one that was revealed to me when I went to New York with Essie years ago, and so it kind of has a special place in my heart too, and I fell in love with it when it first came out. But it is so good. The formula is fantastic. This one is a little bit brighter than the other two that I've talked about, so it's still soft, but it does have a little bit of that punchiness and brightness to it, and it is more purple leaning. That's why it's in this category. So it does make it a little bit different. I also just wore this in France when I recently went, and it was so fun to have this polish on while I was there. This one might be a little hard to get your hands on, but I'll try to link it down below if I can. Sometimes sites that I'm not familiar with, I won't link though, so I think I did find it in a few places. In fact, I think I found it on Walmart. I'll link it if it is from Walmart because it's definitely one to not pass up. But I also want to show you the next one because I didn't realize this one was close to another one that has just recently come out that I've also included. So ORLY Sea Blossom is the one I'm talking about, and that was from their spring collection just this last year. Such a good one. I've talked about it being Kaleidoscope Eye's baby sister. This one is a little more purple leaning, but it is gorgeous, you guys, and I was happy to find that it was pretty close to Baguette Me Not, which is one of my favorites. Love this one. The formula is fantastic. A little bit curly, but it is pretty buildable in 2 coats, and it's just a really, really nice one, but I can see why I like it because it's very, very similar to that. And this does have a slight brightness to it as well. Such a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. Okay, so let's talk about those purple leaning polishes against each other and compare and contrast them. So we have Getting Naughty on My Honeymoon is the lightest, and is the lightest of this bunch. All have a little bit of softness to them in this bunch. And then Hollywood Vibe is close to Getting Naughty, but I feel like it's a little bit more muted and has a little bit more purple to it, so it's a little different, and hopefully you can see that slight difference there. And Baguette Me Not is the most purple leaning of the group, and it does have a little bit of brightness to it. Sea Blossom is a touch more purple and a little bit darker, so they are slightly different but close enough that I think you could get away with wearing any of those, so hopefully that's helpful. Of course, I had to include Mod About You. This has been around for a long time. I think it was released in 2006 from your Bright by the Dozen collection. It is fantastic. Are we still wearing this, you guys? I still want to wear it. I don't want to forget about it. It's just a classic and I love it. I think it has had slight color variations throughout the years, but I really, really enjoy it. In fact, I think I need to get a new bottle. The formula is still great. I've had this for quite some time, but I kind of want to get a new one and compare them and see how they are compared to each other now. It's got a nice brightness to it and pop to it, and it's just a classic, and I feel like if you have polish, you gotta have this one because it's just a classic. Free to Roam is from Essie's Flying Solo collection from 2020. Love that collection. So many good polishes in it, but this pink was really, really nice, and compared to all these other ones, this one is the coolest of the bunch. It's not quite as bright as Mod About You, but it's close, so it does have a slight muted quality to it, and the formula is really great, especially with that new brush. It just glides on so nicely. Such a dream to apply. I thought about putting this one on too, but I decided to go for a little lighter maybe later on. In a couple weeks I'll put this on and just go a little bit darker. I run out of things to say about these polishes sometimes. In fact, sometimes I think maybe I should just keep my mouth shut. I did have someone comment the other day on my video and was like, ugh, too much talking. And that's kind of how I feel when I edit my videos, but hopefully you guys don't feel that way. I was kind of like, yeah, I talk on here a lot about polish. If you don't like it, don't stick around. So anyway, hopefully I'm not chatting too much, but I know some of you kind of like the chatty video. Whatever, you cannot watch me or fast forward me. I'm getting kind of sassy in my older age, but love this one. Such a good one. That whole collection, in fact, was very good. Next up is this classic as well. I bet you can guess. This is Essie Fiji. So this has been around for a super, super long time. I don't even know. I couldn't even figure it out. There's a lot of controversy around this polish because the older version was a light pink, and I'll put a video here that I screen recorded from my Instagram because I got a new bottle, I think it was probably a couple years ago, and did a comparison of the old and new, and this one is more pink. People think it looks like Pepto-Bismol, but I kind of like the color of it actually quite a bit. And with the brush, it's just a dream to apply. And so this one is a little bit darker and more rich. And I even think the color variations are different in different countries, because I know that it's light pink, I think, over in European countries. So anyway, lots of controversy. This is what we have here in the US, at least right now. And this is the darker pink, and I actually really love it. It's so bright and punchy. This is probably, yeah, one of the richer or darker pinks that I have in here in the light pink category, but it's still light pink. I think it's fantastic. I think the formula is great. It applies better because it has that new brush. And so I like it better. But if you are looking for a lighter one, there's lighter ones that we have here in this other category that you can pick up from other companies. So, and maybe you have the old one you can reach for, but I actually really enjoy this one. And I love that it's warm, because a lot of the ones that I pick out and choose seem to be cool toned. And so this one is just a little bit warmer. I fell in love with this British Lady polish from DND. I'll put the name of the collection here. Their collections are huge. Someone had a suggestion of me doing color categories for that, and I was like, that is such a fantastic idea. Hopefully I'll get around to doing that. In one of their collections they had, I'm not even kidding, like 15 light pink polishes, and I was like, whoa. That is so many different light pinks to choose from. I know it can be overwhelming, but hopefully me mentioning some of these will help you guys pick those out. And this one is outstanding. I love that it's warmer. It's got a softness to it, so it's that warm, soft pink if you're looking for that and you're not looking for like a bright, cool tone pink. So I included this one because I absolutely love it. I thought about wearing this one too. It was really hard for me to narrow down which one to pick. And it's really, really fantastic. Great formula. I will say that it does have kind of a stronger scent to it. Not sure why. Just make note of that. I felt like it was fine, but I just felt like, oh, it kind of does have a stronger smell to it. But love, love, love this one just because it's a little bit different than all the other ones that I have. A little bit of peachiness to it. Let's look closely and compare and contrast the warm light pink shades. So we have Mod About You, which is the warmest and brightest. Love it. It's a classic. Free to Roam is the coolest of all the bunch, but still a little bit warmth to it. Fiji is pretty warm, a little bit rich and deep. And then you can see British Lady has just a hint or just an undertone of peach. It's a little bit softer and just lovely. And all of these are just gorgeous. It's hard to pick just one. So hopefully that's helpful. Oh my gosh, we should compare and contrast light peach polishes. Those are my favorite too. I'm getting excited thinking about all the colors we could do this with. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the cool toned pinks. And these are some of my favorites. Well, these are all my favorites, you guys. I could wear any of these. This is a recent favorite. This is Pleasant Pink, and this came from their Diva First Class collection that I put a bunch of reels on Instagram of. There's 32 polishes or 34 or something like that in the collection, and this was definitely a standout. The formula is fantastic. It's just so punchy. It has a brightness to it. It's very crisp and a little bit stark, but that pink softens it a little bit. Oh, love this one. This was in my one of my favorite polishes from this last year, and it was, I talked about it in my video that I just put up a couple weeks ago, and it is amazing. It does dry down a little bit satin just because it does have that brightness element to it, and a lot of those have that in there. Definitely stands out. And then Delicate Blush. This is from their Soda Poppin' collection, and this one's really nice too. It's got that same starkness and brightness as Pleasant Pink. It's a little bit warmer, but it still is cool, and it's maybe a shade darker. I think I've worn it once, but I haven't actually really worn it. But like I said, these D&D polishes are so great, and out of all the ones that I saw in the Soda Poppin' collection, in fact, I have the thing right here. Come on.
Ask her to shut your door.
Yes. Hi. Well, come say hi to me. Hello. You haven't come said hi to everybody for a while, huh? You bored? You so bored? Oh, you're so sweet. I love you. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Buzz. Okay. See you later. So see all these light pinks? This one fits right here. So these are all warmer. It's probably hard to tell, but anyway, these are all pale pinks in this whole collection. But I did pick one out of here that I really like. And the formula just can't be beat. So fantastic. And then Saved by the Bell is this next one, and it is one of my favorite Essie polishes. So I definitely wanted to include it. It's from their fall 2017 collection, and there's just something about it. It's a cool toned pink. It is a little bit curly, so it has a lot of depth. It just looks kind of squishy, and I don't know, it has a brightness to it that just can't be beat. I think I love this almost as equally as Kaleidoscope Eyes. It's a little bit lighter than that and not quite as bright, but it's just, there's something about it that I love, just like Kaleidoscope Eyes. It's got this coolness to it, and so this one might be a little bit harder to find. If I do find it, I'll link it down below, but this is such a good one. If you have it and haven't used it in a while, pull it out. If you want to go on a good hunt, try to find this one, because it's definitely one of my favorite Essie polishes that has ever come out, which says a lot. I need to revisit and do another favorite brand top 10s. Haven't done those in a while, but this is so cool. Another cool toned light pink that I like is Here for the Candy, and this one is fantastic. It's pretty close to this, and you'll see it in the comparison compared to Saved by the Bell, and obviously I think that's why I like this one so much. And this collection was really great. All the colors were bright and fun. It came out in spring a couple years ago. Yeah, 2023. The collection sold out pretty quickly, and then they brought it back for a little while, and I do think I was able to find this somewhere, so I'll try to link it. And I even posted on Instagram. These colors are up again and available, so if you didn't catch them last time, catch them. Some people don't like China Glaze. They don't think it lasts very long. I have hit and miss polishes in every brand. I feel like this collection does really well. I haven't had any issues with it, but I only wear my polish for about 3 days. So if that's an issue for you, I don't know, you might not like this one, although I feel like it lasted pretty well comparative to other lines. But love this polish, such a great one, such a beautiful cool toned pink, really bright and fun, and this is one that I love to pull out during the summertime. So let's compare those cool toned pinks. So Pleasant Pink, you can see I love this one. It's the lightest of the bunch, it's cooler. Delicate Blush is the warmest of the cool bunch, but it still is a little bit cool toned. Saved by the Bell, you can see, is just so beautiful, pretty close to Here for the Candy, but Here for the Candy I believe is brighter. So many beautiful shades all in one swatch. Okay, so now I'm going to put all the swatches of the groupings together so you can see how the lightest pinks, those that are purple leaning, the cool toned light pinks, and the warm tone white pinks, you can see how they look all together. And I'll also try to post this on Instagram so you can see them, so it's so nice to just have them all together. I think I'm pretty confident in saying that light pink is my favorite nail polish color to wear. My niece was home for Christmas and she had a light pink polish on, and I had like a dark red or something during Christmas time, and I just kept looking at her nails being like, I really want light pink on my nails. Like, I just love it. It just makes me feel happy, and I could wear it any time of the year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. Do you like light pink polishes? What are some of your favorites? Maybe I missed some. I'm sure I'm going to look back at this video and think, oh, I didn't think about that polish or this one or that one, but these are the ones that I pulled out and looked at and loved, and I hope you guys love them too. And thanks so much for watching. Let me also know in the comments down below what color you want me to do next for my compare and contrast. We could do light mints, we could do light peaches, we could do light purples, we could do some richer colors. Anyway, let me know what you think. Vote down below, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.